Welcome to VyCast, where we bring a blend of knowledge, expertise, and fun to the world of finance. Stay tuned for our exciting episode packed with insights and practical tips that will help you achieve your financial goals. Whether it's within our families, communities, or workplaces, that feeling of being a part of something greater resonates deeply within us all. Welcome to a special edition of VyCast. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, and in this episode, we explore the vibrant and dynamic world of VyStar Credit Union's resource groups. These groups are committed to fostering a diverse, equitable, and inclusive environment for everyone, members, employees, and the community alike. Well, joining us today is Byron Allmond, Vice President, Culture and Engagement. And as Vice President of Culture and Engagement, Byron oversees all of the VyStar resource groups. Byron, thank you so much for joining us today on VyCast.
Oh, thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
So tell us all about the VRGs, how they got started, and as leader of the VRGs, what's your vision for them?
VRGs got started here at VyStar back in about 2020, and it was just a great opportunity, for us to look at everything that was going on around that time frame. A lot of stuff that was happening out in the community and things like that. And as VyStar always wants to do, let's jump out there and be a leader. Let's do good. And one of the ways to attack and go after everything that was going on, we had thought about our resource groups. We need to have that opportunity. We need to have teams of groups that can allow different communities to be touched, talked to, and just, evolve, to just start to grow and learn about what's going on in our VyStar community. And then let's take it out to the community. What are our employees thinking? What do they want to do? What do they want to be a part of? So we got all our resource groups going. We're upward to 12, so very proud of that, that we have 12 VRGs right now. But along with having them, when you think about their mission of, to do good, to lead by example, it's really being out in that community. How do we really help our communities where VyStar is located? How do we give those opportunities to our employees to grow and really show why they want to do what they do? And just a lot of great things have come out the VRGs. And,
So how did of the 12, how did the 12 come up? Like, how did you decide which ones would make a good VRG group and which ones wouldn't?
Yeah, there were different ways in which we got together and thought about, what are we looking for? You think about some of the diversity, equity that was out there, the inclusion and things you're looking for. So we're military background, so you got to have the vets, right? Got to have the vets, which obviously, whether you're a vet or not, or military spouse, family member, or just a friend, or you support the vets, so it was great to have that group. You look at the women's group, right? WAVE, how could we not have WAVE out there and really just promoting and showcasing all that we need, with our women at VyStar, but also in the community. You look at viability, and VyPride. So we started thinking of those areas where those like hot areas, those major topics. And then you think of what are those social groups, like a level up that you can have out there where you're going to have a lot of fun with the gaming and things like that. So we just would look at, different, I would say, suggestions that we got from different folks that, what do you want? What do you see in a VRG? What are those groups that you'd want to be a part of? And we listened to our employees and just went from there. We get recommendations, probably a few each month, and we talk about them and vet them out and see, if it makes sense to do right now or maybe put it on the back shelf for later. So.
Well, that is a good question, though. If you are interested and you think you have an idea for a good VRG group, what do you do? Where do you go?
Send that in to Byron or Bertha. Definitely get it into us. We have discussions regularly with people, and it can come from anybody. Any of our employees, the senior team. It could come from you if you think of, hey, y'all ever thought about doing this type of a VRG or this type of a group? And we sit down and we'll talk to you and vet it out and explain everything that goes into it, because sometimes people just think, oh, it's cool. Look at the event. That was fun.
I want to start a club.
Right. And it's like, oh, these are not a club. And we remind everyone. I'm glad you said we remind people these aren't just a club. A lot of people put their heart, sweat, and tears into this. And the one thing that I would say all the employees that are part of the VRGs have in common is that they truly believe in what they're supporting and in what they're doing. Oh my gosh, the passion, the purpose behind it, just everything is second to none. And we just love it. We have over 900 of our employees that are part of the VRGs. So
wow.
That's a great thing.
That's almost half of our employees.
Yes.
A good chunk of our employees. So let me ask you this, when people are looking for employment opportunities, they're looking for companies and organizations. One of the things you always hear about VyStar is, well, they're so community VRG focus. That's
Yes.
a great value of mine, and I want to work for an
Right.
organization that has that value as well. How do the VRGs add value to the organization and to potential employees who may be interested in working for VyStar?
Well, number one, when you think about the whole concept around do good, right? Being out in the community is doing good. It's doing the right thing, leading by example, taking that step to be out there. If you're an employee currently right now, and you just come into VyStar and you're like, man, what can I do? Where should I go?
Or how do I meet people?
We
even?
already have groups where you can meet people, where you can hang out. You can learn already that, wow, I have something in common, with this employee. So let me try this out. Or, man, I don't know a lot about the Asia group. What is that all about? What does Diwali mean? What is that all about? I want to learn more about Juneteenth. But when I think about, potential employees that could come on board, my goodness, why not come to VyStar? When you think about being out in the community, that is what we do. And it's something that we really mean. A lot of companies will say, oh, we should be out in the community. But you'll see us out there and you'll see 10s, 20, 30, 40 people at different events. Sometimes we've had upward to 80 to 100 people, in a parade participating, whatever it might be going on. But I think for anybody that's outside of VyStar not working with us, you would want to see that and you would go, wow, the VyStar name is out there and our people are out there. We know our community, our communities know us.
All right, so you kind of mentioned we're out in the community, we're at a lot of events. Share a little bit about one of the great opportunities of being a member of a VRG are the events. And some of them are community giving and outreach, but some of them are fun and social and creative. So let's talk a little bit about what you can get involved in when you're involved in a VRG.
I'll tell you one that was a big hit, and we were like, wow, we thought it would go well. We did a trunk or treat right here in our own VyStar tower in the garage. And it was a Halloween. And it was funny with the number of kids and parents and everyone who came to support that. You even had people that were just outside downtown trick-or-treating, just walking through. And we're like, of course, your kids can come through and you can celebrate this with us. But it's a lot of fun that way with that type of an event. You look at the Toyota for Tots that Level Up did, with helping the kids and things like that, where it may get a little more serious into what we're trying to do. All the way up to, I mentioned Diwali already, but also talking about Juneteenth, Shades of Success, having that right here in the tower, having the support of many other VRGs to come see what this is all about, hear what it's all about, because you always have a lot of people that support, and if they have a passion behind something with a major purpose, it's going to be a hit. So there are tons of things that I could share with you and go over with them.
I recently went to an event of another VRG, because
Okay.
you can hang out with other
You can
VRG
hang out.
groups.
That's right.
And we went to see a movie premiere.
Yes.
And it was super fun. Yeah, it was a
Yes.
lot of fun. So let me ask you this: you a lot of obviously, if you have a passion for a cause and you want to get involved in the community, those are benefits of belonging to a
Right.
VRG. But what are some of the other perks or opportunities that maybe people don't think of that you benefit from by being a member of a
Some
VRG?
of those that are major. Number one, how many of our employees are going to have this opportunity to sit down with you to talk about what our VRGs are all about? That wouldn't have happened, a couple years ago. When you think about the different leadership positions, right? We have a chair, co-chair, treasurer, secretary. Those are 4 leadership roles. You have a lot of people that are looking to get promoted, that want to move up.
Sure.
Sometimes you don't get that right opportunity. Well, come be a chair. Now you get to lead a group, right? Some of our VRGs have upward to 200 members. You're leading a group of over 200 employees. How do you bring them all together? How do you host an event? So you have the leadership perspective that you're going to gain out of it. The access, you're meeting different people, such as yourself. You said you made it to the premiere. I'm jealous I couldn't make it that night because I had something else already going on too. But when you really think about that, you're meeting people across different departments, across VyStar. The majority of our events are also hosted over Zoom, so that you're not going to have to miss meetings because you're not in the local area and things like that. So leadership is another big one, right? Having access to the senior team, believe it or not, I don't know if you know this, but there is a quarterly luncheon where we invite 4 of the leadership groups from different VRGs to attend a luncheon with Brian Wolfberg, Chad Meadows, and Kawanza Humphrey. Darlene is also a part of that, right? And myself with Bertha. And it's a great time for the VRG leaders to talk directly to Kwanzaa, Brian, and Chad about
VyStar leadership.
Yes, this is what we're doing.
That's the top of the list right there.
This is what we're doing. This is what we want to do. These are things we think you could help us out with. And it's great just watching and being a part of that dialogue. So it's really good.
So what do you want? What's the takeaway that you want our audience to get from this conversation and learning about the VRGs?
Couple things. One, I would like for everyone to become a member of a VRG. Even if you're just an ally, if you want to be active, if you want to learn, if it's something you can bring to it, become a member. Don't be shy. Take that step. Jump on out there, right, to become a member. I would also like for people to take back from this, look at the different people that you see that you know, that you go, oh my gosh, that's my friend. Oh my gosh, I can do that. I didn't know she was doing that. I didn't know this person was a chairperson. But come out and really think about how can you help us enhance what we're doing in the communities through our VRGs? How can you help us enhance what we're doing internally with our VRGs? And then how do we just make the culture and continue to evolve it into just a best place to work, which we always have been. But how do we grow our VRGs? So I would love to have everyone become a member. And if doing so, they can go right on to MyStar, which 99% of us play on that platform. But if they went and tried into the engagement tab, they could look at all the different VRGs and choose to join 1, 2, 3, or 4 of them, however many that they want.
And that's our internal employee page. But folks out in the community can go to our community page.
Go to the community page.
And see our VRGs in action.
Oh, it would be great. I mean, I'm excited. If people that don't work for us want to see, what do they do at VyStar? What's all this excitement about? You could really learn a lot about it. And I love it because you're looking at all of us as people. You're not looking at us as the positions we hold, but we're people. This is what we do. This is why we do what we do. So I think it'll be great both for internal and external. And if you're not a member, my gosh, come take a look. See, wow, you didn't know we were supporting that school, or you didn't know we were having this event where we're doing a backpack drive at some of the different schools that with the coming year about to start. So it's a lot of fun, a lot of great things. I wouldn't want anyone to miss it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for all the plugs of VyCast. We appreciate that.
Oh, no, y'all deserve this. Is awesome. I think we need to continue to do these. But I appreciate you all.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Byron.
Thank you.
All right. And you can learn more about what the VRGs are doing in the community by going to VyStarCU.org and check out the community page. Please make sure to subscribe to VyCast wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss an episode. You can also follow us on Facebook at VyStarCU, Instagram and YouTube at VyStar Credit Union to give us your thoughts on a topic you'd like us to cover. We will talk to you next time.